fuck? It's 10:15. Where's the show? And I walk back behind the curtain. Sinbad is back there holding court with like 15 comics.
Wow.
Because he had a show first and ran long. He was supposed to end at 9:30. Yes, they do. These legends.
Yes, the legends.
The vets.
We'll call them.
Yes, they go long.
Yes.
And so they had to just bump Jared's show. But I guess in Sinbad's wacky brain, he was like, well, I'll tell these guys some stories and get more attention.
Right. That's not bad.
That'll be my way of reimbursing them.
I know I ruined your show, but listen to me.
Exactly.
What was his pants situation? Were they big, crazy, lucid pants?
Lucid pants, lucid shirts. Also, Sinbad, interesting guy, because you can't tell what color he is. His skin is yellow. His hair is orange. He's got blue freckles. He's got a purple suit on. He's all over the road. He's like a TV where you're doing the tint.
Yes.
You're trying to get the knobs right.
He's tinty.
He's tint.
He's got some great old bits. He did a bit
hilarious.
that I love that Dane Cook later did a similar bit, and I'm not casting dispersions or whatever term. They had similar bits, but he did a bit about when you cheat and then you get paranoid, and he's coming home, and the seagulls are like, Sinbad! Sinbad! He's trying to sneak in.
Yeah.
And the idea of a pigeon or a seagull yelling Sinbad is so funny to me.
I used to love that old special where he sang at the end, have you seen her?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me, have you? He's wearing the snowmobile suit.
Yes.
So he's telling stories, and I was like, well, this is pretty crazy. I'll just listen to a couple of these campfire yarns he's spinning here.
Yeah.
So one story was wild. I mean, he described the comedy like it was the Wild West. I mean, it was lawless. He said he did this show in Chicago, and everybody's like, don't do this show. The guy won't pay you. And he goes, I'm getting fucking paid. He was a tough guy. So he's like, I'm getting paid. They're like, this guy won't pay you. Trust me. So, guys, I'm getting paid. So before the show starts at like noon, he goes to the club, goes in the kitchen, puts a stick in the back door. Then does the show.
That's what that Holmes did in Denver, the shooter.
Oh, is that what he did?
Yes.
In Aurora?
I think Sinbad influenced this mass
shooting. Yeah, you might have something there.
So he's got the stick in there.
He's got the stick in the back door. He does the show. Great show. He goes, hey, can I get my money? The guy, of course, notoriously says, fuck you, I'm not paying you. He said, give me the money. He said, I'm not paying you. Blow me. Sinbad goes, all right. He leaves, goes around the corner, has a couple drinks. Comes back at midnight, the whole thing's shut down, back door's open, opens it up, goes in, steals the entire sound system.
Wow!
Steals it!
A caper!
Yes! Brings it back to his hotel. Next morning comes around, Sinbad calls he's got like Chicago boys, I think I'm picturing like Jim Brown and guys like that, So he calls all his boys, they come to his hotel, he's got like 8 guys there, just big 80s black guys, B.A. Baracus types.
Yes, like Bad News Brown.
Yeah! So, I was going to say Bad News Blacks, but that sounds like a bad headline. All right, so, The owner calls him up. He goes, hey, Cinny, I know you got my shit. I'm coming by the hotel with a couple goons. I'm going to come pick it up. And Sinbad goes, how many you got? And he goes, I got 3 of my biggest men here. And he goes, bring them on.
Wow.
So they go to the hotel. They knock on the door. They look through the peephole. It's just giant guys, giant black guys in this hotel room looking through the peephole like, all right, here we go. But one's probably got a pipe, a chain, something. So Sinbad opens the door, and the producer or the booker guy goes, yeah, hey.
Wow.
How about that?
I picture the Naughty by Nature album cover.
Right, yeah.
Not 'cause I hate you.
So he's like, yeah, you got my equipment. He goes, yeah, you got my $500. And he goes, here's your money. And Sinbad goes, here's your amp and all that. And the guy goes, I got to tell you, Sinbad, I've never seen anyone take apart equipment so cleanly. And he goes, yeah, I used to be a DJ. And slammed the door.
Wow, DJ Sinbad. That makes sense. That's probably why I look at the name. Boy, I like the cut of his jib.
He's a good colorless man.
Wow. What's a jib, by the way?
I'd like to know what a jib. I think it's a steak.
Really?
Lou.
Oh, boy. Well, we just lost Mark, everybody.
Sorry, I got a little jizz in the gullet.
You got choked up. It was a good story.
Yeah. Look up jib, will you? It sounds offensive.
Cut of my jib?
Yeah.
Do we have a meaning for that?
Lou's our man in the can, we call it. I just made that up. But
wow, that's a hell of a story.
I got one more if you need it. But
please,
it's quicker.
Me.
It's quicker.
Yeah, hit me. We got time.
All right. So
this is an 8-hour show, everybody. So buckle up.
Yeah. So another time, this is a quick one. He's at some club in bumfuck Illinois, and they're in the basement after the show. Sinbad's patting his head dry. He's sweaty from doing a killer hour, whatever. And they're having a couple pops downstairs in like the liquor room, and the owner's counting his money, blah blah blah, shuffling through some bills. And he goes, "You want to get paid, don't you?" And Sinbad goes, "I would like that very much." And he goes, "Well, I can't. I'm not going to pay you." Or he shorted him or something.
Wow.
And Sinbad's like, "Fuck you. You said 600 is 300." And the guy goes, "What are you going to do about it?" And he puts a gun on the table.
Oh, boy.
And Sinbad goes, "You're just going to put that gun on the table?" And he goes, "Yeah. What do you think about that?" And Sinbad picks up the gun. And he goes, "Why would you put it on the table?" And the guy goes, "It's a good point." And he gave him the other 300.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did he give him the gun back?
He left and threw the gun in the room and closed the door.
Did it go off? I feel like when you throw a gun, it goes off.
I don't think it went off. I probably threw it on a pile of linens.
That's probably a wives' tale.
I think most of these are lies, but
Not that. I mean, throwing the gun and it goes off.
I think that could happen.
Whenever you toss a gun on the ground, it always makes this one.
Right.
It's like that kind of gun. It's
right.
never the,
That's true.
you know what I mean? It's always a bing.
And even if there's nothing in the vicinity, it always ricochets.
Yeah, it's ricocheting around a bunch.
Yeah.
How much will the bullet ricochet? I don't understand the ricochet.
That's a great. I think it would go for about a week.
It seems crazy. It seems like it would just keep bouncing or it wouldn't bounce at all.
Well, eventually momentum would run out.
I guess inertia.
Oh, I dated her in college. She was a hot black chick.
I think she's related to Sinbad.
Uh-huh.